we can have multiple Excel, and we can blend it and mix it up without even, merging it manually. We can do real-time analysis as well, wherein if the data is getting changed, we are able to see it in the real time in our dashboards or in our stories. I'll tell you in subsequent time whenever we are going on to it. And we can collaborate data, as just I told you, we can mix data from various sources, we can blend them and draw the insight about it. The fantastic thing about using Tableau is that you do not require any kind of technical expertise to perform in. Almost anyone who is having basic knowledge of using computer, they can just pick it up this tool, and the more you practice, the more you do hands-on on this, the better it will become. So you need not to know any kind of technical coding skills. It's not at all required. Just the basic uh, rational logics you have to apply. It'll be a good one to go. So I hope that everyone is ready with the data set what I have given it to you, and I am assuming that everyone is having Tableau installed onto their system. And if at all you are stuck at installation, you can come back to me after this session, and meanwhile you can see how the things are being done. And I'll share you the I'll share you the dashboard and the Tableau file as well after the end of this session, and you can use it just for your reference, and can do it at the later stage of time. So I request everyone to open Tableau meanwhile.
How many of you did not install Tableau or having any difficulty at the moment? Can you just say in the chat so that we get to know how many did not install? Okay, since there are no responses, we assume that everyone has Tableau installed. So thank you. Yes, side.
Yeah,
Please go.
yesterday a couple of them pinged also. Shreya pinged and Shravya pinged for Tableau installation, and I think most of them are having it. Even though if you are not having it, you can ping me after the session. I'll assist you in installing that. So uh, just open your Tableau. I'll tell you what all navigation panes are there, just for the basic understanding first, and later on we'll go with the business challenge. So I'll just to make you the kind of just to make you kind of brief what kind of business problem we solve. As you must all be knowing that in a corporate setting, HR department is a very important department. They deals in various kind of human resources management. They deals in appraisal cycles. They are dealing with upskilling and training of staff. So one such problem we are having with us is that just to make you feel that how this tool works, you should feel that this problem is your problem. So you are an HR professional of a product company. There is a company, there is a product company, and you being an HR of that company, you take care of your of all the end year salary revision and bonuses of employees of the company. The company operates in three regions countrywide, nationwide. The region of operation, like as we take for India, is northern region, which covers all the states of North, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. Just the same way, a country is divided into regions for the better reach and better hold of of their products into separate regions. So you have to pick the top 3 employees who will be going to receive the bonuses, and the condition for that is the employees are to be picked on number of sales they make. So this seems a very kind of confusing problem. When you open the data set, I'll just open it for you so that you should understand it. So if you directly open Excel and you just visualize the data, it will be quite tough to analyze which person is doing what volume of sale, and you have to decide upon. Just a moment, I'll share it with you. So I hope you are able to see the Excel now. So yeah, so this is the data set what we will be working upon here. These are the order dates, and these are the 3 regions. And the representative means the person who are working into these respective regions, and whom we have to analyze will be getting the bonuses. And the items what these people are selling, and number of units and unit price. So based on to this data for various region, various items, we have to pick up the best 3 employees who have done the most volume of sales in terms of the amount they are selling. So I hope Tableau is open for everyone. Are you able to see my screen? Just ping on Skype so that I should proceed it further. All right,
Yes,
perfect.
sir.
So once you'll open Skype, you'll see this kind of dashboard in your place, right? This is on the left side of it is the pane where you will be connecting your data sets. There are various types of data sets that are supported into Tableau, right from Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON file, Access PDF file, right? And upon the best advantage of having Tableau with us is that you can connect it to a live server also. So there are various state of the art servers what are in present day scenarios are used company wide. So you see the huge list of servers, right? Be it be Amazon Athena, these are the good ones. Google Drive, what are quite popular, Google BigQuery, Google SQL, and Oracle, SAP. I mean, every day in and day out they are adding servers here just to make people use this product. And the good thing is that it is very much easy for everyone to pick it up, and since it is having the vast variety of servers and accessibilities in it, people can use it almost everywhere. So on the left pane, you are seeing the datasets connection pane, be it be a server or be it be a text file. So once this is, I mean, I hope you understood it. Now we'll be importing our text file or the Excel file for that matter into our Tableau for the future processing. So the text file, why we are calling it a text file, just now what I make you see was a Excel, right? It was looking like an Excel, but this is a CSV file that is comma separated value, where CSV file is regarded as a text file when you input it anywhere. So it's not an Excel, but yeah, it's a kind of Excel as also, and the values are separated by comma, so that's why we called it as CSV. So what you have to do is you have to just click on text file here. A dialog box will open to browse the file, and wherever you have saved that data set, you have to click there and you just have to open it. So it will just take some time just to reload that into your system. And parallelly, I would like everyone to open it and be ready with this pane. So once you'll do this, you'll see the Excel content, what you were able to see there on Excel, would be replicated here. So it does it very smartly. It will just pick up all the rows and columns, and just for the validation sake, you can see everything right here, right? So here you can see a kind of preview for your data, and on the left side, you can see the files, what are there for operations, and you can drag and drop this particular field, or you can just drag and drop it here. So this area where I'm dragging it and dropping is for joining. Those of you who are from computer science background, you will understand the joints. What is left join, what is right join, what is central joint. I'll make you understand this while in the future course of our progress. So this is a particular join, and here you can add more databases using this add, so that if you have to work upon multiple excels together or multiple data sets together, you have to add it from here, right? So this is our work area. If you click on sheet 1 here, this is the main window where all the kind of heavy lifting would be done here, be it be be it be working onto your data set, be it be doing processing, analyzing your reports, be it be creating your dashboards, stories. I'll tell you the differences between it. So all kind of operations what you would be doing onto your reports are done here, right? So if you see the toolbar above, there is file. File is just a normal file option what you see almost in every application. You can open it, you can close it, you can export, save it using this option. Data, if you want to have a new data source, as I mentioned, the same way that if you want to include a new Excel or a new text file or include a server, you can use it from this new data source. Worksheet is again this main area what I am telling. I had told you just now that all kind of processing, making of reports, everything is done onto this worksheet. Dashboard is again a collection of worksheets, and just to have a better representation, we use dashboard. And again, a story can be a collection of both dashboard and worksheet. Again, just to make a good presentation out of your data and insights what you have drawn, we use stories, right? And these are certain analysis options. We'll covering them in the future session for sure. And map, format, server, window, all these are auxiliary function what we get in almost most of the softwares we use. So right now, most important thing to note is on the left side you are seeing two columns, I mean two partitions here. One is dimensions, one is measures, right? So what is a dimension? Dimension, to make you understand the in a very crude form, are just columns or the categories where you can split your data onto, right? So these are not numbers, these are categories like order date, region, rep, measure names, item. All these were fields, right? When you saw your excels, when you saw your excel, these were the fields there. So uh, just to categorize your data, dimension are there, and measures are the numerical values holded by these dimensions. And mostly, I mean, just to a novice view, that to understand what is a measure and what is a dimension, in measure you'll be able to find only the numerical values, right? So just to quantify, just to have quantitative analysis, we use measures, and dimensions are used for classification, right? Also here we have color option, size, text, detail, and tooltip. We'll be using this as well for our today's session. And in show me, I mean, there are various kind of visualization what we can use. So beginning with, we have connected our Tableau database with our Excel file what we were viewing. And if you want to see it, you can just double click onto that again, and you can see your content here. All your data will come here, and if you want to have preview just onto this pane, you can just right click on to it, and you can see the preview of your data here as well. So the entire data you are able to see here, right? So what are wait, I got just a pane. All right. Good enough. Yeah. So the challenge was what we have gone through a moment before, that we have to identify top three sellers on our company and we have to provide the bonuses for them. So how can we segregate them, right? Just to make sure, just to make you understand how these things work, just drag this region onto column. And once you do it, you'll see the region here. There were three regions, central, east and west. Tableau is smart enough to break it upon and show you all these regions into this main work area, right? And again, what if you want to see the representatives, you just drag and drop into columns, you see the names of representative, right? So it's a kind of filter, not filter, I mean, it's a kind of category representation. Whatever category you want to see, you just drop it onto the column and it will show you the categories there, right? So what we can do is what we have to do is we will drop region here in category, and if we want to say that what is the number of units that got sold into these categories, we'll drop the measure units into the rows, right? So once you'll drop it, you'll see a chart that is picked up onto that is the best one as per Tableau. It will pick up by default, and you will see a kind of visualization here. So these are central, east and west regions, and with these number of sales there, right? So same way, if you drop it here in the common area, it will go away. And if you want to see the number of units there, you'll just put units and press that into rows, and now the chart is formed based upon the number of units, right? So this is how it works. And what is the step to land on the page you are working on? All right, just to come into this page, earlier we were onto data source page, right? So to come on to main work area, you have to click onto the sheet one there on the bottom left. So once you'll click on the sheet one, you'll come into the main work area. So I'll just give you 2 minutes to familiarize also yourself, to sensitivize yourself onto this page, the kind of panes here, and just have a glance. And in a minute or so, when you are done with this, we'll proceed. Once you are able to reach there, ping me there on Skype. We'll proceed it further. If anyone is stuck at some point of time, you may ask me. Otherwise, I'm taking it as a yes, and I'm going it forward. All right. So this was the pain. This was the pain what we were talking about before, and here we can drag and drop any measure whom any dimension onto which we want to segregate our data. So here I use item this time, and we can see binder, desk, pen, pen set, pencil. It segregated the entire measures onto the same item level, right? So just to categorize and categorize, we are using this dimension and measures. And if you click on to show me, it will suggest you various kind of charts, right? What you can use. So we want to use region as a one, and based on region, if we want to subcategorize it on the basis of employee or representative, we'll drag representative as well, and you will see then that the chart will form into two categories: region, central, east and west, and representative on the bottom x-axis, right? Alex, Bill and Matthew, all these are representative into respective regions. So this will plot this will plot automatically by its own. You need not to do it, just a simple drag and drop. But yeah, remember, most important is that you should understand the logic behind it. Why is it happening and why are we doing it? I mean, because any sort of technical expertise is not needed in it. You just need to understand the business flow, the idea behind it, why we are doing this. All right. So once you are done with that, you can arrange this data by clicking into this short arrow into descending way. So into these three regions, the data is arranged in a way with the maximum to the least one. So right. So now we are able to see the units here, and based on to the units, Alex has sold the maximum number of unit. Similarly, Richard in eastern region and James in western region. These are the units sold. But what we have to calculate is the dollar value or the amount what these people have gained by selling it. And to do that, we have to. I mean, we are not having any kind of measure where it is explicitly mentioned that these people have sold these many price value of items, right? We are only having unit price, I mean price for that individual item, units, the number of units, right? Number of records and measure values. So we are not having the total sales made by a particular employee. So just by basic logic, I mean anyone can tell that what is the total sale. Total sale will be the number of units multiplied by unit price, right? So to have that measure here, we have one option to create calculated field. So by creating a calculated field, you can create one more additional measure here of total sales. So I'll tell you how to do that. Just right click on this and wait, right click into this empty pane, and you'll get an option to create a calculated field. So after clicking it, you'll get a window, and here you just have to type in the formula. What is the field name? The field name is total sales. And what and how to calculate it? You just need to write unit price into number of units, right? So it's smart, it will show you the type ahead. You just need to press tab after it, and we are done. Just after pressing OK, you'll see a measure of total sales is already created here, right? So I'll just wait for 1 minute, and I ask everyone to be here till here and create this calculated field. Once you are done, just ping me here, and so that time should not be wasted, and we should proceed ahead. See, to see the number of units, units we are having here in measures, right? So the question was what is to be kept in rows to see the number of units here. So we have to just drag these units here in rows because it's a measure, and you'll see the number of units displayed into this chart. After unit price, what we need. See, we need to calculate just a basic understanding. Wanted to tell you, we need to calculate here the total sales, right? So, how can we do that? The number of units, whatever are present, whatever they have sold, into the unit respective unit price for that unit, we'll get the total sales of it, right? So, what you have to write there is you just need to uh, multiply unit price with the number of units. So on multiplying it, you'll get a total sales, and this value would get reflected here. Are you all done with that? Should we proceed ahead? If at all you are stuck at any point, you can ask me here in chat window. I'll tell you the solution for that. Okay, to get calculated field, you just have to put your mouse pointer here in measures pane and right click on that. There, the first option you will find it as a create calculated field, right? You have to click on there and you will get an option to create it. Create the way what I just did. So I'll do it once more for you guys. I mean, if uh, many of you are finding problem there, so you need not to do anything. We are calculating total sales just to find out the number of people, right? The three people who have done most volume of sales. To know that, we do not have the total sales column, the total sales measure here. We have to create it manually. So you need to right click here in an empty pane. You just have to press create calculated field, right? And you just need to do total sales here, and unit price, and it will be there. We are unable to see the right click dialog boxes on the screen. All right. Are you clicking here in measures? Just click into this area where nothing has been written into, I mean that empty area in measures, you'll get it. Okay, can you share your screen so that I can find it out in a proper way? Are you doing into your Tableau window? Because it can be a reason. Okay, I got it. Why you guys were not able to see it? I think you were most of you were complaining that there was a black gray area what you were not able to find. So I'll tell you how to do it again. I hope, are you able to see this dialog box just now? What I have clicked by doing a right click. All right, perfect. So what you have to do is you just need to right click here. You'll get an option of create calculated field, right? So here you just need to press it, and after that you have to give the field name so that it can be used for representation purposes as total sales. We are calculating total sales here, so we are just for the simplification purpose we are writing it total sales. It can be any name here. So what's the formula for total sales? It is unit price into number of units, right? And once you'll do this, this would be the kind of outlook what you'll be able to see, and after that you have just to click OK, and you'll be able to see a field for total sales, right? So I'll just it just takes 1 minute for that, and I would like you guys to perform this operation now. So sometimes we do not have direct information linked, right? For that reason, we have to use calculated field, and by performing various calculation, we can create a kind of measures here. So that is how we did for total sales. So this total sale can be replaced here, and we can see our employees uh, segregated in the volume of sales here. So now if you arrange it by clicking onto this icon, you'll see Alex is no more a person who sold the most number of units, but Matthew is the one who has sold the most volume in terms of price uh, items there, right? So now three we got um, we got representative segregated into 3 regions. So are you guys done till here? All right, parallelly, you can see here, if you click onto this show me, there are various kind of charts what are preloaded by Tableau, and you can use any of these. And the ones what are visible are based out of what rows and columns you have selected, and you can choose any of it. So let's suppose if I want to see pie chart here, I'll click onto this pie, and it is telling me who has contributed the most in terms of size. And if I want to see this tree map, it's again a very great tool. The volume would get segregated on the basis of the area and color. The one with the biggest number of area, biggest amount of area would be the one who has done the most amount of sale. So here Matthew is the biggest one, and you can see that Matthew has done a total sales of 3109. Similarly, Bill and Alex has done for 214. So for our better representation, we were using this bar one, right? So are you guys done till here? We have to proceed it further. Anywhere if you are stuck, you can let me know, because we have to cover a lot many things ahead. Mithila, are you able to create the calculated fee now? All right. And okay. All right. I got a few more responses. Yes. So after creating calculated field, you'll be able to see this graph in this way. And to make it more attractive, you can arrange it by clicking onto this small arrow. What it does, it arranges it in descending order. So here we can make out that three individuals named Matthew, Alex, and Bill from central region, and the three from here and two from here. There were two only were the most contributor of sales. Okay, so now just to make it more attractive, because data is about, I mean, it's not about just you plotted it. It should look good to eyes as well, because while you are presenting it to your managers or to your supervisors, wherever you will be in future, it should look good as well. So you can just drop this region into this color, right? And you will see three different regions are colored in three different colors, right? And you will be able to see a color legend here on the right side, and you'll see central, west, and east of different colors, right? Similarly, you can put representative into color, and now different representatives with different colors, right? So it's done. And if you want to see total sales in terms of colors, so here the highest sale would be the darkest one, and subsequently it is getting lowered, right? So you can select this by going on to edit colors. If you want to change the color, I am not liking it blue and getting it decrease, I want to change it. Just right click onto this, click on edit colors, and change it from automatic to anything what you feel like is pleasing to eyes. I am choosing this orange one, and once I'll do apply, it will get changed here. So the entire graph, what was just simple and plain before, it gets colored here, right? Similarly, if we want to add labels, labels are uh, annotations what we put on our data. So if we want to see the representative, or I mean see the amount of sales each one has done, I just drag this total sales into this label, right? And you will see the amount getting reflected on every bar. So the use of label is to annotate the data present out there, and You just, if you want to undo this, you just drag this and drag it out into this empty area. So these labels are gone. Similarly, if you want to put unit price onto top of each bar, you just need to drag unit price and put that on label. So here you are able to see unit prices now, right? So this is label is for different unit. I mean, just to put your data, just to annotate it, just to write it, right? And similarly, if you want to see size, and let's suppose I'm using pie chart here, and I want to know what the use of size, you just click onto this size, and you can increase the sizes, right? So this size is to increase the size of your representation. And where were we? We were here in this one, right? And arrange it. Change the color as per sales. Done, right? And if you want to format our axis, we just have to click onto our axis, right click onto it, click on edit axis, and you will see a pane where you can change tick marks, the intervals. These are too much technical, we'll cover it up later. For just for the sake of, if you want to separate the widening, you separate the gap more, you can use that. Apart from that, you can format your axis. Just to format it, you have to, I mean, if you want to change the font, let's suppose I want to make it bigger, right? So you can use this font option here. Better is to make it small. It shouldn't be much bigger. 8 or 9 is suitable, and you can change the font color as well, right? So once I'll use orange, or let's suppose blue, I mean the red one would go along with the color theme what we have chosen. So I'll take something of this color and we'll make it bold. Just a normal font setting, how you do in various other programs, you can do it from here. So once you do this, you'll see the color and the font has changed now. And one more important thing I want to make you guys see is that if you want to change the kind of formatting for the numbers written here, you can click onto this numbers and you can see various options, right? If I want to use the custom one, and if I want to have decimal places also in place, I can add decimal values. If I want to remove them, I'll just make it 0, it will go, right? And if I want to use some units here, right, it's just written 3000. What is this 3000? It is the rupee value, right? So you can, I mean, you can write rs here as prefix, right? And since this is taking a too much of space, what I can do is I can make it into 1000. I'll select 1000 here, and it will add k there. So, and just for having our visualization better, we can put on these all formatting options, and the more you'll explore it, the more you'll get it. These are quite simple. So here you are able to see, I'll make it black again because it was looking better in black. And wait. Perfect. So yeah, done. So now you're able to format your axis also. You're able to format your bars using this color option. You're able to change this color by going into edit color options, and you're able to find the top 3 persons who have done the most amount of sales by looking at this. So now you want to export this graph to somewhere else. What you can do is you just need to right click onto this and copy as an image, and just press copy. This was our uh, so this was our business problem, right? So I want to copy it now here. I had copied it from there. I'll just have to paste it. So once I'll do paste, you'll find your findings here, and you can send this report under this business problem, and it can go. So now one abrupt thing what you are finding here is this sheet one is being written here, and I just want to, I mean, I'm not liking this sheet one. So what you can do is you can edit the sheet one by writing the sheet name or anything. You can write it here and writing bonus analysis here and save it. Once I do this, this will gonna change here, and wait, I'll copy it again. I want to copy it as an image, and I'll copy and paste it again here. See, now this bonus analysis is there, and if you want to remove this, if you don't want to, I mean, you're feeling like it is taking a lot of space there, and you want to write it onto your type formatting here in PowerPoint, and you don't want to have this in, you can just right click here while time of copying it has an image. You can remove this title tag and just copy it like that. So once you are doing it, you'll be able to find it without it. See that bonus analysis is not here anymore, and we are able to find it out. The most number of 3 employees who have done the most number of sales, right? So anywhere if you are stuck at, you can ask me anytime. Okay, how to change axis, sir? Okay, you mean to say that how to format axis? I'll just tell you once again. This is axis. If we want to change this, we just have to select this from here, right? Once it is getting highlighted, you just need to press it here, double click here, wait, just once it is getting highlighted, you just need to click here, and the entire axis will get selected. And once this is done, you need to right click onto the selected area, and you have to press on format, right? So once you'll do format, that one more pane for format will open, and here you can do any kind of formatting what you want. I think I have answered your query. Are you having are you having any query other than this? So what all things did we cover today? We understood that how to import data sets into Tableau, what all data sets, what all databases Tableau supports. There is a wide range of database, and why we are using this, because it supports a lot variety of data sets more than Power BI. And the good thing about Tableau is it can handle big data as well. So for Power BI, there is a limitation till now. I mean, we do not have the entire vast list of databases what Tableau offers, right? So we imported our data sets. We imported our data set, our CSV file here, and after that we went onto our sheet, and we understood what all toolbars were there. What is dimension, what is measure? Dimension is for categorization, measure is for understanding numerical values, and how to drag and drop into columns and rows. What all different kinds of charts were present there. We can see them in show me pane. Apart from that, we have how to apply color formatting, how to change sizes, why is label used, right? What is tooltip? Yeah, one more thing. Tooltip is whenever we are pointing any particular uh, region, we are seeing this square box telling this region representative and total sales. So this is called tooltip. So in the subsequent lectures, I'll be going to tell you how to format this tooltip as well. It is not required as of now. So just for your understanding, what is tooltip? This is the dialog what is popping on hovering around various region is tooltip, right? And the detail pane is, again, if you want to add certain detail, we have to use it. I'll tell you in the coming sessions, right? And the last thing is we exported this as an image with various options available. So sir, the edit access is totally different for us. Can you post a screenshot here in the chat window so that everyone can see it and I can able to help you in a better way? You need, okay, you need not to edit that access. You have to select the format option there. After right clicking onto that access, you'll see a format option there. You have to select that one, and then we'll be able to see a format pane. All right, no problem, no problem. So, okay, I hope everyone is clear and fine up till here. If anyone of you is finding any kind of difficulty while you are performing this at your home, you can ping me on my number. I'm ready to help you there as well. And in few, I mean, after the ending of the session, I'll share this Tableau workbook with you also, so that you can download it and you can work onto it and you can use it as a reference as well, right? So whatever we have covered, whatever the final output is, you can refer it there. And this was all for today. Anything if you want to ask, we are open for a Q&A for 5 minutes and we can discuss it here. Okay, if you want to save this, just click on file and use it as a save as. I'll do it for you. And once you will click on save as, you'll find it as a normal saving dialog box. Bonus analysis, I'm giving this as a name. I'll just save it. So once I save it and open Tableau next time, I can either go there directly and uh, click onto my workbooks here in document, my Tableau repository and workbooks. Once you will go there, you'll find your bonus analysis here and you'll click onto it and you'll be able to see it. And if not, you'll just open Tableau and you'll see it in the recent pane. So you just have to select the recent last opened workbooks and you'll be able to find it there also. Just the same way here. See, it is coming here, bonus analysis. I'll just have to double click here and it will open. Yeah. Any more doubts? So I hope you had a great learning today and there is something tangible what you guys are taking away from here. And most of our learning would be based on two practical challenges, as just now we have solved one business challenge where we have to decide upon the bonuses. Most of the challenges would be into the same way, because application part of this tab should be understandable for you, all you guys, right? It should not be just the kind of directive kind of teaching where I'm just telling you what this item is meant for, how, what is column, what is rows, and you're not able to use it, you're not able to apply your brain and come up with insights, right? So insight part is more important and we'll focus on there. Yeah, parallelly I'll be telling you how to do this, what all options are meant for what, and we'll do it together. So I'm not getting any doubts as of now. I think all of you got understood it very well, or it went blank. But anyhow, whatever is the case may be, you can come to me later, at the later point of time. You can ping me personally wherever you are feeling, I mean, wherever you are stuck at. and based on the availability, I'll fix your doubts as well. And but yeah, do practice it once more while you are done with this class. Just open it any time during the day. See some videos also meanwhile parallelly, so that it should stick to your brain, because the more we practice, the more it will help us to retain in the long run. And the bad thing about it is that if you stop this, if you stop using this tool, you start losing out the grip on this. All right, so keep on practicing once in every now and then. Whenever you find some Excel and you want to do some analysis over it, just import it on Tableau, see what all insights you can do. And it's a very great tool. You need not to have any competency onto any kind of programming language, just a basic usage of your computer. You should know it. And yeah, business logic, it's most important, right? So it was a fantastic session with you guys. And whatever you want to have any kind of doubt, you just ping me back. So I'm closing it now. I'm not getting any doubts.